Okay, we got up the hill in second gear, alright. They're not particularly big, these three. We've got 3 bullocks in. They're about 13 months old, although one's a bit over 13. And I think the youngest one is not quite 12 yet. 12 months, but anyway, they're very similar sizes actually. And 2 of them were weaned properly about 3 or 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks, a month ago, wasn't it now? And the third one, he was overlooked at the time. I accidentally missed him. And for one reason after another, well, first I didn't want to. I thought it would be too difficult to get him to go into the others when they were trying to get out, perhaps for the first week, and then other things cropped up like TB tests and snow and yard full of vans at the mast. And then I thought, well, he's only going to be separated for a week. It'll take him a week to get over being shouting for his mother. So I just left him in, but he'd been going in with in the calving shed, but not with the actual cow, just in the open where you go into it, getting a few pellets in there on his own. He thought he was being real clever, so he has actually been getting same as the others, but not all together. What the hell was that? It was like a little black thing. Can't have been a mole. What it was, Harry? This water here has been running out over the road for years, making a sheet of ice. We have got some sheep on the green again here. I don't know if they're still out, but it does seem to have made it a bit of a difference. Because they were like reduced to mowing and trimming everywhere. Which is all very well, but some bits don't get done and other bits oh, you bastard, it won't give you very long to get through there, does it? I thought I was going to sail straight by them. No, it's changing. Must have detectors on it, that's something. They cut the trees down there, and I think they're rebuilding the retaining wall. Wolf Noble involved. Because it was basically just a dry stone wall supporting the road, and not very good stone. It was like typical stone down here is like little flakes of limestone, little flakes, not thin slabs. Then there's one example just there, so it's not particularly good for walling. I think it also breaks up in the frost a bit. So I'm assuming that to support a modern road, they may be putting something quite substantial, maybe even a concrete base, and then perhaps putting some sort of facing of stone. Not that anyone particularly sees it down there. I assume that the river had perhaps undermined it a bit, so something had collapsed, else they wouldn't have noticed. through Utley Hall by 10:30. This is one of the worst bits of road. If you're right until you meet something big coming up, like any lorry or a bus or something, you're practically into that hole at the side of the road, gully. If you get past halfway house here, you're alright. They have filled it in a bit there actually, look. Some sections of this road were kind of rebuilt using the railway line. I think the railway line was just to the right here, but then a bit further on, when you get near Sinnington, they join up, so the road was kind of redone using the railway line as a sort of wider. Perhaps they must have run virtually alongside before. Because the railway line, well, you would assume perhaps it closed Beeching, but it may well have been sooner than that because it was not a very well used one. There was a railway line right along here to well, it didn't go into Sinnington, did it? Because it's away to the right again now. I think it actually veers away again here. But anyway, there's another place that it definitely uses the railway line is near Keldome. That's a complete new road along there near Kirby Mills. I believe the lights have just gone green, so I'm going to miss it. It'll detect there's nobody there and turn red. Nothing's coming the other way though. Oh, someone's coming now. Always have to stop here though. And it's no good hanging back too much because if they don't detect a vehicle there, they don't change. Flood warnings further down this river, but I don't think it's been too bad here. It must be quite high though, because it's a very sluggish river, melting snow and all, and it's got a fair old pool out there, but it's not that high now, the water river itself, I think. It comes over the banks, or it backs up behind the banks, and that gradually builds up. And it can't get away until the river falls again. It's 5 to 11. We're going to be after 11 when I get there. It'll be about 10 past before I get loaded, I reckon. 5 past anyway. To carry on. Yeah, one of them decided to, just park leaving the pickup and trailer there, and then another one, who I know, I won't name him, was parked there with cattle in. I thought, oh, he must be waiting to unload, maybe something's wrong, like passports or something, and he just left it there. Anyway, I sent the auctioneer a text, and they came quite quickly